Video and audio live stream on the Commissioner's Facebook page. As we do every meeting, we're going to start with our prayer and our pledge. Here is Pastor Gary Gibson from the Washington Health System Chapter. Gary.
Let's bow our heads, please, for a word of prayer. Gracious God, as we gather this morning on a morning that seems to be cloudy and somewhat overcast, we know the love and the light of your presence certainly shines and illuminates this room. And as we gather this morning, we ask your blessings on this gathering, this fellowship, and thinking about the decisions that are made here today, always hoping that will enhance the quality of life of those who call Washington County their home. I'm sure there are folks this morning with us and out there who have both joys and concerns this morning, and I'm sure people bring them with them, and we just lift each and every one of those this morning, Lord, knowing that you will address them in your way and in your time. We think about the great history of this county and the opportunity we have to live here, but again, we lift our commissioners this morning, all of those folks that are making wonderful things happen in the place that we call home. We ask it all in your name. Amen.
Mr. Chairman, if I could just mention, appreciate Pastor Gary. He's a real public servant. He's come here for years and years, and he volunteers his time, and he's involved in all memorial services, 9/11 service throughout the county for years, and just thank you for your service to Washington County. We now have our Pledge of Allegiance by Jessica Lockett. Leading us in Pledge of Allegiance today is United States Army veteran Jessica Lockett. Having served as part of the first Madigan Army Medical Center as a nurse for 11 years, today she works for the PA Career Link as a Disabled Veterans Outreach Specialist. She's married with 4 adult sons. Thank you, Jessica.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you.
May be seated. I'll entertain a motion to approve minute number 1190 dated August 15, 2024.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call, please. Put that anywhere.
Mr. Pettis? Mr. Maggi?
Yes.
Ms. Janice? Mr. Sherman?
Yes. For our special order of business, we have a proclamation that Commissioner Janice will be reading for Suicide Awareness and Prevention Month. Commissioner Janice?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. A proclamation whereas in recognition of suicide as a public health concern which affects the well-being of our community members, and whereas in the state of Pennsylvania, one person dies by suicide nearly every 5 hours, making it the 3rd leading cause of death for ages 10 to 34, and the 5th leading cause of death for ages 35 to 44. And whereas over 5.4 million people in the United States have lost a loved one to suicide, and whereas each member of our community is valued and irreplaceable, and whereas talking openly about the stress and psychological health builds trust, reduces barriers to care, and enables early intervention. And whereas local and statewide suicide prevention efforts should be developed and encouraged to the maximum extent possible. And whereas Washington County advocates support for research and culturally informed evidence-based mental health services while encouraging initiatives based on goals outlined in the National Strategy for Suicide Prevention. Now therefore be resolved that we, the Washington County Board of Commissioners, do hereby proclaim September 2024 as Suicide Awareness and Prevention Month. Mr. Chairman, I make a motion to make this Suicide Prevention Month.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Mr. Maggi?
Yes.
Ms. Janice?
Yes.
Mr. Sherman?
Yes. Accepting this on behalf of the Washington County Health and Human Services, Jennifer Scott. Jennifer, thank you. Can't get it together today.
I'll come down there.
Thank you, Commissioners, for the acknowledgement of the month. And I think every month, obviously, should be focused on mental health, suicide awareness, suicide prevention, and so many other things. So thank you for your support. I want to start just by saying a few things that we have out for you today. My focus is really going to be today, we have a lot of great services, we have a lot of things, but what can we as community members really do to help support that awareness and that prevention? So some of the things I have over here on the table that you can feel free to take with you, and if we run out, I certainly have more. We recently have been able to get a grant to be able to add a text line for our 24/7 crisis. So we have some new things advertising that. There's a sticker to be put on the back of your phone case if you would like that. There's also a key tag. The good thing about the stickers and the key tags is it doesn't say, hey, Washington County Crisis, hey, I need mental health support. It literally is just the QR code and the text number. So, for example, a kid in high school can just hang it off of their backpack or whatever it might mean without drawing attention to that. There are also some magnets and things to be able to take in relation to that. We also have our crisis intervention brochure, both in English and Spanish, so please feel free to take those as well, along with our mental health awareness, suicide awareness, and prevention calendar of different activities and things we can do throughout the day. There's a flyer over there for our suicide prevention walk that's happening on September 28th. We hope that you can all join us. Lots of resources and a very emotional and powerful day, in addition to some information on the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention, who Washington County partners closely with in these types of efforts. The other things I want to talk about are really just what can we do? And some of them are really simple. You know, sometimes it just takes that person to say, hey, you know, how are you when you're walking past them? Kindness is obviously very important. We hear that bullying in schools is a high cause of attempts at suicide and things like that. So just being nice to each other is probably the easiest, but somehow the most challenging at times as well. Remembering that words matter and that it's okay to engage in courageous conversations, because sometimes it does take that tough conversation that maybe you don't want to have that is really needed. So remembering that. The other pieces are doing things like the walk. Every bit of money raised by the walk comes back into Washington County for suicide prevention efforts. So we do things like Talk Saves Lives trainings for the school districts. We have one of our trainers, I'll call out, Matthew Emerson, that does that. And we wouldn't have been able to do that without American Foundation for Suicide Prevention. So please come and walk with us. So, you know, suicide prevention numbers continue to increase, as the commissioner read today, unfortunately, and that's in all age groups. So unless we all do our part, which in part might be mental health supports, it might be drug and alcohol supports, it really counts on each one of us just being kind, supporting each other, recognizing and sharing information on things like the Washington County Crisis Line. There's also, of course, the 988 line. The 988 line is wonderful to have because it's hard to remember sometimes another number, especially if you are in Florida on vacation or you're Ohio and visiting family. But the number that we have on our crisis flyer is what we really want to bring home to you today, because that is 24/7. It's the ability to call and get somebody to come directly to your house, directly to the school, directly to the courts, wherever that person is needed to get that direct support. And that's not something at this time that 988 can do. So the number I want to leave you with, that is also on our brochure, is to share with anyone, including yourself, who may just be in crisis, want to talk to somebody at that moment, 1-877-225-3567. Thank you.
Thank you, Jennifer. I would be remiss if I didn't just say how absolutely amazing you guys are. Our human service department is just, it's second to none. You guys are doing so many amazing things, and you know, suicide prevention is such an important thing. There's so many people here that have been touched by it in a negative way, and the fact that you guys are out there doing this hard work, it's really unsung heroes of the area that you do, the work that you do. And I know it's late nights and early mornings, and I know you guys are just really moving and grooving over there. So on the public, just I thank you for what you do. Next is our agenda comments. The views and opinion expressed by the speakers during their public comment are those exclusively of the speakers and do not reflect or represent those of the Washington County Board of Commissioners and have not been verified. Our first agenda comment is Thomas Lonich, speaking on South Tremaine. Mr. Lonich.
Mr. Chairman, before public comment, I was advised by the chief clerk that the were certain changes made to the agenda either late yesterday afternoon or early this morning. I reviewed those agenda changes. They do not involve entering into new contracts, spending of money. It's more clarification. But I believe it's proper, before public comment, that the chief clerk identified those items in the agenda that did not show up 24 hours before this meeting, just so that the public is aware and can make proper comment.
Noted, thank you.
Sorry.
There were minor changes to the script under new business. Those items were W, AA, CC, DD. And item O on the original script, which was on the posted to the website, was removed. And item EE was added. There are correct scripts in the back of the room on the table.
Good morning, members of the board. My name is Thomas Lonich, Lonich. I am not here to speak about South Strabane. I live in South Strabane. On September 12, 2024, I appeared to make comment under the public comment section of a special meeting held by the Washington County Board of Elections, of which each of the commissioners are members and each were present at the meeting of September 12, 2024. At such time, I specifically indicated that there was nothing in the advertising of the special meeting nor in the agenda to indicate that there was to be any vote or any action of agency business. I indicated that if the board entertained a motion or called for a vote before any action was taken, minimally, the meeting had to be open for additional public comment. The legal advertisement, which ran in the Observer, identified a special meeting and read, quote, "The Washington County Board of Elections will meet at 12 p.m. on Thursday, September 12, 2024, the Crossroads Center, 95 West Bow Street, Suite G17, located on the ground floor to discuss recent litigation involving the Board of Elections and the defensive claims that have been filed, period, close quote." The agenda for said special meeting read, under section E, quote, "status of RNC appeal," close quote. The notice which ran on the county website read, quote, "The Washington County Board of Elections will meet at 12 p.m. on Thursday, September 12, 2024 in the Crossroads Center, 95 West Bow Street, Suite G17, located on the ground floor to discuss recent litigation involving the Board of Elections and the defensive claims that have been filed. Nowhere is the mention of any action to be taken or of any vote. During the September 12th, 2024 meeting, when a motion was made and seconded regarding the litigation and appeal, I was shut down by the chair, refusing to allow me to state my objection. Section 710.1C of what is commonly referred to as the Sunshine Act specifically states, in bold-heading objection, any person has the right to raise an objection at any time to a perceived violation of this chapter at any meeting of a board or council of a political subdivision or an authority created by a political subdivision. The illogical nature of the board's action on that date became even more palpable when only moments after voting and passing the motion regarding the appeal, they refused to entertain a motion made by Mr. Maggi attempting to justify said action, indicating that the legal advertisement for the special meeting did not allow Mr. Maggi to vote to make the motion. The Sunshine Act under Section 17 also prescribes fines and costs associated with a violation of the Act, which includes the provision of the right to state an objection. I submit that the effort on September 12, 2024 to ratify an act which had already happened was a nullity.
Tom, your time has expired. This is an agenda comment too. Is there something specific on the agenda that we're voting on today that you had
Well, given the fact that I'm not sure what is on the agenda because there's a paucity of information that indicates this. It may well have fallen under that.
Okay, thank you, Tom.
But I made my note, and I was going to only add, this board is well represented by Mr. Sweat and his law firm.
Sir, your time has expired for public comment. We thank you for it. Okay, now on to old business. Mr. Solicitor.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Old business item A, bid contract extensions. Purchasing respectfully request the Commissioners extend the bid contract for envelopes and stationery, printing services, and printed forms. Blank Printing Company, Kensford, Pennsylvania. Consolidated Graphics, Bridgeville, Pennsylvania. For the period of October 1, 2024 through September 30, 2026, with the option to extend for one additional 2-year period.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Mr. Maggi?
Yes.
Ms. Janice?
Yes.
Mr. Sherman?
Yes.
Item B, bid contract extension. Purchasing respectfully requests the Commissioners extend the bid contract for plumbing services to McGill, Inc. of Washington, PA, at their proposed time and material rates. This was the lowest, most responsive, and responsible bid received. If approved, this contract will be effective November 1, 2024 through October 31, 2025, with the option to extend for one additional 1-year period.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Mr. Maggi?
Yes.
Ms. Janice?
Yes.
Mr. Sherman?
Yes. Thank you, Mr. Solicitor. Chief Clerk, on to new business, please.
Thank you. Chief Clerk, respectfully request the Commissioners approve the sale of the balance of the Star Point Industrial Park property located in Hanover and Smith Townships, Washington County, from WCCED to Altian LLC, which is required by the cooperation agreement dated July 18, 2002, as amended between Washington County and WCCED. The county hereby approves buyer's continuation of the plan for development of the Star Point project.
So moved.
Roll call, please.
Mr. Maggi?
Yes.
Ms. Janice?
Yes.
Mr. Sherman?
Yes.
Chief Clerk, respectfully request the Commissioners appoint Heather Shetler, the Deputy Controller, as Supervisor of the Washington County Controller's Office pursuant to Section 12308 of the Pennsylvania County Code.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Mr. Maggi?
Yes.
Ms. Janice?
Yes.
Mr. Sherman?
Yes.
Chief Clerk, respectfully request the Commissioners nominate Heather Shetler, the Deputy Controller of the Washington County Controller's Office, as the Acting Controller to fill the vacancy created by the absence of the elected Controller, April Sloan, and request the Governor of Pennsylvania appoint Ms. Shetler to serve as the Acting Controller for the unexpired term pursuant to Section 12309 of the Pennsylvania County Code.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Mr. Maggi?
Yes.
Ms. Janice?
Yes.
Mr. Sherman?
Yes.
Chief Clerk, on behalf of Public Safety, respectfully request the Commissioners approve the Washington County Emergency Operations Plan. The plan is designed to comply with applicable state and county regulations and provides the policies and procedures to be followed in dealing with emergencies, disasters, and terroristic events.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Mr. Maggi?
Yes.
Ms. Janice?
Yes.
Mr. Sherman?
Yes.
Chief Clerk, on behalf of the Sheriff, respectfully request the Commissioners approve the submission of an application to the Alzheimer's Association for a Project Lifesaver grant in the amount of $6,000.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Mr. Maggi?
Yes.
Ms. Janice?
Yes.
Mr. Sherman?
Yes.
Chief Clerk, respectfully request the Commissioners adopt an amended resolution certifying the provision of a local match for state operations financial assistance for the Washington County Transportation Authority for fiscal year 2024-2025 in the amount of $209,472, which is $19,472 more than originally approved.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Mr. Maggi?
Yes.
Ms. Janice?
Yes.
Mr. Sherman?
Yes.
Chief Clerk, respectfully request the Commissioners authorize the execution of a conditional award of funds and grant agreement with the Pennsylvania Housing Finance Agency for the Fair Fund.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Mr. Maggi?
Yes.
Ms. Janice?
Yes.
Mr. Sherman?
Yes.
Chief Clerk, respectfully request the Commissioners approve amendments to the grant agreements with the Pennsylvania Housing Finance Agency for the Fair Fund.
So moved.
Roll call, please.
Mr. Maggi?
Yes.
Ms. Janice?
Yes.
Mr. Sherman?
Yes.
Planning respectfully request the Commissioners approve a cooperation agreement with the Redevelopment Authority for the LSA grant in the amount of $375,000 for the Washington County Fairgrounds Equestrian Center for the site design and the land development plan.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Mr. Maggi?
Yes.
Ms. Janice?
Yes.
Mr. Sherman?
Yes.
Planning respectfully request the Commissioners approve a temporary right-of-way agreement with Starvagi Industries, Inc. to provide emergency access to lands adjacent to Harmon Bridge Number 7 in Smith Township.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Mr. Maggi?
Yes.
Ms. Janice?
Yes.
Mr. Sherman?
Yes.
Planning respectfully request the Commissioners approve advertising for consulting engineer design services for the replacement of Chartiers Creek Bridge Number 42 in Chartiers Township. This will be fully funded through federal monies and no county funds are required.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Mr. Maggi?
Yes.
Ms. Janice?
Yes.
Mr. Sherman?
Yes.
Planning respectfully request the Commissioners approve advertising for consulting engineer design services for the replacement of Cross Creek Bridge Number 33 in Cross Creek Township. This will be fully funded through federal monies and no county funds are required.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Mr. Maggi?
Yes.
Ms. Janice?
Yes.
Mr. Sherman?
Yes.
Planning respectfully request the Commissioners approve an advertising for consulting engineer inspection and construction management services for a 5-year period for future bridge construction projects as required by PennDOT. This will be fully funded through federal monies and no county funds are required.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Mr. Maggi?
Yes.
Ms. Janice?
Yes.
Mr. Sherman?
Yes.
Finance, on behalf of the District Attorney, respectfully request the Commissioners approve a renewal grant application with the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, PCCD, for Razak and Vojo grant funds for crime victim services. The grant is for the period of January 1st, 2025 through December 31st of 2025, and no county funds are required.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Mr. Maggi?
Yes.
Ms. Janice?
Yes.
Mr. Sherman?
Yes.
Human Resources respectfully request the Commissioners approve an amendment to the current agreement between Washington County and Alert Media for communication software. This amendment will renew the master agreement at a cost of $7,764 per year.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Mr. Maggi?
Yes.
Ms. Janice?
Yes.
Mr. Sherman?
Yes.
Children and Youth Services respectfully request the Commissioners approve a provider agreement with the Alliance for Infants and Toddlers to provide early intervention, assessments, and referrals for the period of August 1st, 2024 through June 30th of 2025. The contract authorization amount is $98,675, and no additional county funds are required.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Mr. Maggi?
Yes.
Ms. Janice?
Yes.
Mr. Sherman?
Yes.
Children and Youth Services respectfully request the Commissioners approve the recommended provider agreements for family support services for the period of July 1st, 2024 through June 30th, 2025. The contract authorization amount is $1,701,540, and no additional county funds are required.
So moved.
Second.
please.
Mr. Maggi?
Yes.
Ms. Janice?
Yes.
Mr. Sherman?
Yes.
Children and Youth Services respectfully request the Commissioners approve a provider agreement with Rock Counseling to provide clinical, therapeutic, supervised visitations and behavioral observation for the period of July 1st, 2024 through June 30th, of 2025. The contract authorization amount is $100,000, and no additional county funds are required.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Mr. Maggi?
Yes.
Ms. Janice?
Yes.
Mr. Sherman?
Yes.
Children and Youth Services respectfully request the Commissioners approve a provider agreement addendum with American Expediting Company to provide concrete goods and services for the purpose of promoting reunification or preventing out-of-home placement for the period of July 1st, 2023 through June 30th of 2024. The contract authorization amount will be increased to $110,000, and no additional county funds are required.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Mr. Maggi?
Yes.
Ms. Janice?
Yes.
Mr. Sherman?
Yes.
Children and Youth Services respectfully request the Commissioners approve a provider agreement addendum with BCL Partners, LLC, to provide LIFE, a residential placement program for youth with complex needs. This agreement will be for the period of March 1st, 2024 through June 30th, 2024, and will be increased to $325,000, and no additional county funds are required.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Mr. Maggi?
Yes.
Ms. Janice?
Yes.
Mr. Sherman?
Yes.
Children and Youth Services respectfully request the Commissioners approve a provider agreement addendum with Twin Pines Family Services to provide placement services for the period of July 1st, 2023 through June 30th of 2024. The contract authorization amount will be increased to $125,000, and no additional county funds are required.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Mr. Maggi?
Yes.
Ms. Janice?
Yes.
Mr. Sherman?
Yes.
Children and Youth Services respectfully request the Commissioners approve an agreement with Nicole Snyder and the University of Pittsburgh's School of Social Work for Ms. Snyder to become a part-time student at the university's graduate Seawell program. This agreement is effective July 11th, 2024, and will end upon Ms. Snyder's graduation or withdrawal from the program.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Mr. Maggi?
Yes.
Ms. Janice?
Yes.
Mr. Sherman?
Yes.
Children and Youth Services respectfully request the Commissioners approve the entering into a MOU with Pencrest School District to assure educational stability of youth placed in out-of-home care. This is required under the Every Student Succeeds Act.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Mr. Maggi?
Yes.
Ms. Janice?
Yes.
Mr. Sherman?
Yes.
Behavioral Health and Developmental Services respectfully request the Commissioners approve the recommended provider agreements for Integrated Information Systems, Early Intervention, Mental Health, and Crisis Support Services for the period of July 1st, 2024 through June 30th of 2025. The contract authorization amount is $696,617, and no additional county funds are required.
So moved.
Second.
Please.
Mr. Maggi?
Yes.
Ms. Janice?
Yes.
Mr. Sherman?
Yes.
Behavioral Health and Developmental Services respectfully request the Commissioners approve the recommended mental health services provider agreements for the period of July 1st, 2023 through June 30th of 2024. The contract authorization is in the amount of $63,366, and no additional county funds are required.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Mr. Maggi?
Yes.
Ms. Janice?
Yes.
Mr. Sherman?
Yes.
Human Services respectfully request the Commissioners approve an agreement with Blueprints for homeless services in the form of rental assistance for the period of July 1st, 2024 through June 30th of 2025. The contract authorization amount is $55,500, and no additional county funds are required.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Mr. Maggi?
Yes.
Ms. Janice?
Yes.
Mr. Sherman?
Yes.
Human Services respectfully request the Commissioners approve the agreements with the recommended counseling and transportation providers for the period of July 1st, 2024 through June 30th, 2025. The contract authorization amount total is $61,000, and no additional county funds are required.
So moved.
Roll call, please.
Mr. Maggi?
Yes.
Ms. Janice?
Yes.
Mr. Sherman?
Yes.
Human Services respectfully request the Commissioners approve the ratification and submission of a grant application to DCED for the Emergency Solutions Grant to provide increased operations funding for the county's shelter and rapid rehousing programs. The county match requirement is approximately $150,000.
So moved.
Roll call, please.
Mr. Maggi?
Yes.
Ms. Janice?
Yes.
Mr. Sherman?
Yes.
Human Services respectfully request the Commissioners ratify and approve a provider agreement with Chantel Joseph to provide interpretation and outreach services for the period of September 1st, 2024 through December 31st of 2024. The contract authorization amount is $70 per hour, not to exceed $10,000, and no additional county funds are required.
So moved.
Second.
Please.
Mr. Maggi?
Yes.
Ms. Janice?
Yes.
Mr. Sherman?
Yes.
Human Services respectfully request the Commissioners approve the entering into opioid settlement funding agreements in the amount of $888,806 with the recommended providers. These agreements are subject to the approval of the county solicitor.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Mr. Maggi?
Yes.
Ms. Janice?
Yes.
Mr. Sherman?
Yes.
Human Services respectfully request the Commissioners approve the purchasing of necessary supplies to support the Community Goal Outreach event in Charleroi on October 6, 2024. The estimated cost of supplies does not exceed $1,200 and will be paid with sponsorship funds.
So moved. Second.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Mr. Maggi?
Yes.
Ms. Janice?
Yes.
Mr. Sherman?
Yes.
Purchasing on behalf of the Board. Respectfully request the Commissioners authorize the advertising for proposals for bond services.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Mr. Maggi?
Yes.
Ms. Janice?
Yes.
Mr. Sherman?
Yes.
Purchasing on behalf of the Planning Commission. Respectfully request the Commissioners authorize the advertising for proposals for culvert pipe installation and earthwork.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Mr. Maggi?
Yes.
Ms. Janice?
Yes.
Mr. Sherman?
Yes.
Purchasing on behalf of Building and Grounds. Respectfully request the Commissioners authorize the advertising for bids for cylinder gases.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Mr. Maggi?
Yes.
Ms. Janice?
Yes.
Mr. Sherman?
Yes.
Purchasing on behalf of Information Technology. Respectfully request the Commissioners approve an agreement with Horizon Information Services to provide and install additional S2 blade and badge swipes for the Crossroads building. The total cost is $12,490 and will be paid from IT's operating budget.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Mr. Maggi?
Yes.
Ms. Janice?
Yes.
Mr. Sherman?
Yes.
Purchasing on behalf of Information Technology. Respectfully request the Commissioners approve the recommended agreements with Ford Office Technologies for providing managed network services at the recommended costs.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Mr. Maggi?
Yes.
Ms. Janice?
Yes.
Mr. Sherman?
Yes.
Purchasing on behalf of Information Technology. Respectfully request the Commissioners approve a charge of $750 per month for 2 years with DQE Communications LLC for the purpose of connecting DQE fiber internet for the new tri-state building.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Mr. Maggi?
Yes.
Ms. Janice?
Yes.
Mr. Sherman?
Yes.
Purchasing on behalf of the Controller. Respectfully request the Commissioners approve an agreement with Rapid Financial Solutions LLC for the purpose of a Jura payment software module for a total cost of $4,000 per year to be funded from the Controller's operating budget.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Mr. Maggi?
Yes.
Ms. Janice?
Yes.
Mr. Sherman?
Purchasing on behalf of the Redevelopment Authority. Respectfully request the Commissioners approve an agreement with Pennsylvania American Water Company in the amount of $5,000 for engineering and inspection services for a new water line and an agreement with State of Compliance.
So moved.
Second.
No, I'm not doing it, sorry.
I was like, wow, you're really,
Paused.
yeah, sorry.
I'm sorry, and an agreement and statement of compliance with First Energy in the amount of $98,872.43 for the relocation of utility poles and the provision of transformers. Now you can go.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Mr. Maggi?
Yes.
Ms. Janice?
Yes.
Mr. Sherman?
I did that so many times when I had to move, so yes.
Purchasing on behalf of the Board. Respectfully request the Commissioners approve a professional services agreement with Mission Critical Partners for the purpose of providing radio system and public safety answering point implementation services. The total cost is $650,000 per year for 3 years, including expenses.
So moved.
Mr. Chairman, that's a little misleading. It's actually $1.9 million total, correct? I mean, it looks like it's $650,000 for 3 years.
No, it's,
It's a 3-year contract that equals the 1.
So it's $1.9 million, 3 years. I mean, yesterday it was on there, 1.9. Okay.
Oh, second. Roll call, please.
Mr. Maggi?
No.
Ms. Janice?
Yes.
Mr. Sherman?
Yes.
Purchasing on behalf of Public Safety. Respectfully request the Commissioners approve a rooftop lease agreement with SVN Three Rivers Commercial Advisors for the purpose of housing the county's public safety antenna. This agreement will be effective for a 3-year term with options to extend. The cost will be $1,000 per month for year 1, $1,025 per month for year 2, and $1,050 per month for year 3. All costs will be paid through Emergency Telephone 911 budget.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Mr. Maggi?
Yes.
Ms. Janice?
Yes.
Mr. Sherman?
Yes.
Purchasing on behalf of Information Technology. Respectfully request the Commissioners approve a master lease agreement with Lenovo Financial Services for the purpose of technology leasing. The agreement will be effective for 36 months at a monthly cost of $92.29 and will be funded through the leasing department's operating budget.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Mr. Maggi?
Yes.
Ms. Janice?
Yes.
Mr. Sherman?
Yes.
Purchasing on behalf of Information Technology. Respectfully request the Commissioners approve an agreement with Ideal Integrations for the provision of Ideal Cloud Infrastructure Services and SSL certificate renewal for the county servers. The total cost will be $1,778.69 and will be funded through IT's operating budget.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Mr. Maggi?
Yes.
Ms. Janice?
Yes.
Mr. Sherman?
Yes.
Purchasing on behalf of the Chief of Staff. Respectfully request the Commissioners approve the sale of property and auctions agreement with Joe R. Pyle Auctions for the public and online auction of used goods and materials to be conducted October 2024. This agreement will be effective September 20th, 2024 through November 15th, 2024, unless otherwise terminated pursuant to the agreement.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Mr. Maggi?
Yes.
Ms. Janice?
Yes.
Mr. Sherman?
Yes.
Purchasing on behalf of the District Attorney. Respectfully request the Commissioners approve the purchase of 2 908 spectrometers plus supplies from 908 Devices, Inc. for the Washington County Drug Task Force and will be paid through state contract CoSTARS 20. The estimated cost of $184,546.40 will be paid from the PCCD Quantitative Analysis Grant.
So moved.
Second.
Roll please.
Mr. Maggi?
Yes.
Ms. Janice?
Yes.
Mr. Sherman?
Yes.
Purchasing, on behalf of the Planning Commission, respectfully request the Commissioners approve the purchase of culvert piping for the Harmon Creek Bridge Number 7 project from the state contract CoStars. The estimated cost of $61,200 will be paid from Act 13 impact fees.
So moved.
Roll call, please.
Mr. Maggi?
Yes.
Ms. Janice?
Yes.
Mr. Sherman?
Yes.
Purchasing, on behalf of Corrections, respectfully request the Commissioners approve the purchase of toilet flush valves for the correctional facility from Icon Systems, Inc. in the amount of $73,693.86. This purchase will be paid from the inmate welfare funds.
So moved.
Roll call, please.
Mr. Maggi?
Yes.
Ms. Janice?
Yes.
Mr. Sherman?
Yes. Appreciate your patience, that was a long appeal. Next, we have our public comment. The views and opinions expressed by the speakers during their, are exclusively those of the speakers and do not reflect or represent those of the Washington County Board of Commissioners and have not been verified. We have one speaker, Ms. Carrie Perrell.
Hi, everyone. My name is Carrie Perrell. I am the Recorder of Deeds. Every once in a while, I pop down here just to give an update on my office. And last time I was here, I mentioned a pilot project that I was doing for indexing our documents. We are indexed back to the 1940s currently, but we don't have indexing from 1780s up into that point. And the pilot project has been completed. And I want to mention that our IT department was instrumental in setting up this process to get these documents into a shared drive so that this could be carried out. And that was, I think, Carrie, Russell, although all of IT is always very helpful to me. When I was here before, I mentioned that they were going to start collecting or listing some of the noteworthy people and founders of Washington County. And so far, they've run across the deed of David Bradford, Dr. Julius Lemoyne, other folks that were of historical note, Colonel William Wallace and his wife Elizabeth Hopkins. Those are some of the things that we're finding when you go back through the indexing. And what will happen is it will be easier to find these once this project is completed if you were doing something like for genealogy, had any interest in the history of our county. And just wanted to let you know that that's going forward. That's not from taxpayer dollars. That with every deed, it's state law that there's a very small portion that goes back to the Recorder of Deeds for record improvement. And those are the funds that I'll be using for this project. And I just wanted to tell you something. I thought it was interesting. I don't know what you all think, but and why it's good to have somebody who has some background in this to do the indexing. There's something that they called a medial S or long form S. I imagine nobody's heard of this unless you're a historian, but they used to, when they would write a word like Russell, Russell, the first S looks like an F in cursive. So if I had been indexing it, I likely would have called the person Ruffsell, Ruffsell. But this is just a common thing that they did in the late 1700s, early 1800s, and then cursive changed. So I have some here of the documents that they caught with this and made sure that it is indexed properly as two S's. But I just thought it was kind of interesting, and these are the things that we're finding in these old documents. And I just wanted to give you that update. Thanks.
Carrie, thank you for being here. Your office is, I mean, you guys do such a great job in that office, so I appreciate your help.
Great staff.
And I geek out over history, so I like stuff like that.
Okay.
But you do a great job. We have Ray Phillips here too, our clerk of courts. Keep up the great job, guys. Oh, and Laura Huff's here too. I didn't see you back there. Thanks for being here this morning, guys. Solicitor's report.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I recommend a motion to approve tax refunds in the amount of $3,692.63.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Mr. Maggi?
Yes.
Ms. Janice?
Yes.
Mr. Sherman?
Yes. Announcements, Chief Clerk.
An executive session was held at 10 a.m. on Tuesday, September 17, 2024, following the agenda meeting to discuss personnel. The next regularly scheduled Board of Commissioners meeting will be held at 10 a.m. on Thursday, October 3rd, 2024, in this room. The regularly scheduled Salary Board will immediately follow this meeting, and all county offices will be closed Monday, October 14th, 2024, in observance of Columbus Day.
We also like to add that we intend to add a special meeting that's going to take place Monday morning at 9 o'clock in the morning to discuss contracts. Mr. Solicitors, anything else that you add to that?
Specifically, it's the Motorola contract is going to be reviewed and voted on by the board.
Okay.
And it'll be properly advertised.
Okay. So in addition to that, the special meeting is now taking place Monday morning for the Motorola contract at 9 a.m. There be no more business to be brought before this board. We stand adjourned. Thank you.